بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. This is Dr. Hamada Akl talking to you. On behalf of my school, I'd like to welcome you all to our online learning system, Schoology. Let's start the lesson for today. Today we have literature. Last week also we talked about Daniel Tammet and his talent in using numbers. If you open your books to page 400, you will find the text. These are the tasks for today. We have task 1, introductory video. 1 second. Let me share the video again, same problem. Share my screen. As you can see now in front of you, if you open week 11, you may find 1 or 2 folders. One of them is called Literature Unit 4 from the Blue Niles. If you open it, you'll find a number of tasks. Task number 1 is introductory video. It's the same video that I posted last week. Feel free to have a look at it if you want to refresh your mind, or you can ignore it if you remember the details about the text. Task 2 is answers to pre-reading and listening questions. I posted a number of questions last week and I asked you to answer them. If you already answered them, you can check your answers. If you didn't, here are the answers. Let me find you the answers. Bismillah. It was 1 second here. These are the questions. These are the questions here. Bismillah. Yeah, here. Text questions. Yeah, here. Question number 1 says, in what way? In order to save you time, these are the questions. Let me read the questions with you. Question number 1 says, in what way might having synesthesia be useful? And 1b, it says, in what ways might having synesthesia prove challenging? I mean, this like the question is asking you to find the points of strengths and points of weaknesses of having synesthesia. The answer will be having the ability to see numbers. That is a point of strength. Having the ability to see numbers and other data as colors might help you work with the school. For example, if you are good at using numbers, you can use them to help you memorize facts in English. How? This like a talent. Those people who are talented in numbers, they know how to use this. And what are the drawbacks or the points of weaknesses for having synesthesia? This is the answer. Synesthesia might be distracting and isolating. How can it be distracting? If you are overwhelmed and obsessed with numbers, you may be during an English lesson daydreaming about numbers or thinking of something else. And this is actually happens when if you are really obsessed with any of the games like FIFA, and during the lesson you may imagine and daydream about how to score a goal, or how did you score a goal before, which team would you like to choose next match. So this is like daydreaming. It can be distracting. So same thing, synesthesia might be distracting and can be also isolating. How it can be isolating? Since it's rare, yeah, not many people have synesthesia. So you're gonna feel that you are different from the other people. Would not be able to understand your perceptions. The people will think that you are strange, and they may not like to stay with you or play with you. So this is the way it can be isolating. So in this question, the author explained how having synesthesia can be useful and can be also harmful. Next question was, or question number 2, it says, how does Tammet use numbers to understand other people's emotions? The answer is, Tammet is able to understand people's emotions by relating those emotions to his own responses to numbers. For example, Tammet can experience sadness by picturing himself in the hollow of a number 6. So this is how he experiences sadness. If you tell him that you are sad, he will picture in his mind that he's sitting in the hollow of number 6. He can also understand feelings intimidated by imagining himself next to the number 9. So even the common feelings that we have about ourselves and also about other people, like feeling sad or feeling lonely. For him, there is a number equivalent to each of these feelings. Question number 3 says, how is Tammet's relaxation technique different from or similar to ways people commonly relax? You yourself have a certain technique to relax, like if you are worried, tensioned, irritated, or perplexed, you may think of how can I make myself, how can I relax myself? Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, if somebody is angry or is not in a good mood, you can go to Salah. This is a relaxation technique. For some people, the counting is a relaxation technique. For some other people, push-ups is a relaxation technique. So everybody has his own relaxation technique. For Tammet, this is his relaxation technique. It says here, Tammet counts as a relaxation technique. It's similar. Some people use it. This technique is not uncommon. It's common, by the way. Many people count to 10 in order to get emotions under control. Unlike most people, however, Tammet's counting leads a fully realized visualization of the numbers, and pictures and patterns emerge. Next question is number 4. Number 4 and 5 still left. What does Tammet mean when he says numbers are his first language? You may, if you recall, if you can remember now, how did you learn English? Probably started with letters, A, B, C, D. Okay. For Tammet, it's a different something. It's different. Tammet means that it's primarily through numbers. It means he learns everything starting from numbers, emotions from numbers, words from numbers. He is able to make sense of the world even through the numbers. So his alphabet, so ABC, or as we call it, alphabet for us is like numbers to Tammet. Next question, what do the final 2 paragraphs of the text suggest about Tammet? The last 2 paragraphs of the text, they explain that Tammet prizes safety and happiness. Perhaps because he fears those are hard to achieve. Since Tammet sometimes has a hard time falling asleep, he may experience some anxiety. Tammet has a great appreciation for order and beauty. For him, putting things in order is really important. That's also to some people. They like to put the books on their desks from smallest to biggest, or from biggest to smallest, or according to colors. So for him, order is important. If order to you is important, that means you also have a talent in some way. His descriptions of the numbers are beautiful and also soothing. So that's the answer to this part. We go back to the tasks. Next one is answers to assignment page 407. If you open your book, page 407, you will find a number of questions. These are the answers. Let's find them first. That's 407. These are the questions. Question number 1 says, of course, you had this as homework. If you did it, that's fine. Now you can check your answers, find how similar and how different are they from the answers in the book. Now, if you didn't do it, you can write them. If you did them, please post an answer, or even post on the discussion forum, say, I didn't do page 407, and then copy it. If you did it, give a mark and post it. Give yourself a mark and post it. If you didn't do it, post on discussion forum, admit and confess that I didn't do page 407 and I copied it from the video. These are the answers. That's the questions. Why does Tammet call his birth date blue? Actually, because he was born on Wednesday, and to him, Wednesdays are always blue. Question number 2, what's one way in which the author says he demonstrates savant syndrome? The answer is he can calculate huge numbers in his head without effort easily, same like people in 8A, E, and I. Question 3, how does the author compare his experience with numbers to a poet's choice of words? As you know, a poet is a person who writes poems. Okay, and to a poet, it's not easy to select and choose certain words to fit in a certain place. He has to think of the meaning, the number of syllables, the connotation, about also the rhyming. So to a poet, he has to be careful when he's selecting words. Also, according to Tammet, he has to be careful when he's selecting numbers. So the answer is the question here is asking you to compare Tammet to a poet. How does Tammet think of numbers? And how is this similar to a poet's choice of words? The answer is he thinks Tammet, that is Tammet, of course. Tammet thinks some combinations of numbers are beautiful and some are not, like a poet associating words. Question number 3. How does the author compare his experience with numbers to poets? We're done with this one. Question 4. What is the author's favorite type of calculation? As you may have read, the author liked multiplying numbers by itself. We call this in math, we call it power multiplication, or you can call it powering, or multiplying a number by itself, specific number of times, like 2 times 2 times 2 equals 2 to the power of 3. That is powering or power multiplication. Here we come to the end of page 407. The next task is selection task. You need selection tests. You need to go to, there's a link, by the way, I sent it to your Pearson Realize. Log into Pearson Realize, you will find the test assigned to you. Do it, and then post your mark on the discussion forum out of 20. I hope that the lesson is clear. Oh, there's something else I still need to share with you. Let me go over the book. The book here, 1 second. Okay, if you go to page 400, these are the main ideas. These 3 words are important to know the meaning of: symmetrical, spiral, aesthetic. The word symmetrical, as I said before, a symmetrical shape is a shape that you can divide into 2 equal parts, or more than 2 equal parts. That's symmetrical. Spiral means it's like a cone, round, going round, like the wind, going round and round. That's spiral. Aesthetic means related to beauty. It's aesthetic. It's just an adjective, adjective, adjective. All of them are adjectives. Don't forget to read about the author. The most important thing is that this author was born in 1979. To me, this number is special because it's the same year I was born in. Maybe we are sharing some sort of talent. Okay, type. So on this page, nothing else. The next page, which is page 401, please highlight these parts and read them, focus on them again, highlight them, stop the video and highlight these parts. Also, this is page 402, I think. 402 here, stop the video and highlight. 403, 403. Nothing here except for the meaning of the word symmetrical. Here is the meaning, means having balanced proportions. So you need to write, you write this meaning here. Spiral also means a shape like a coil or a cone or a wire. So you write this part here, a shape like a coil. You write it here, please. On the next page, there is nothing except for the meaning of the word aesthetic. And as I said, it means related to beauty. Let me show it to you here. It is the meaning of the word aesthetic, means relating to the experience of what? Of beauty. So you write this part next to the meaning here. You write this part here. Next one, there's nothing here. You highlight these parts. They are important to focus on. Okay. Next part. You highlight the first 1.5 line. And then these are the questions we answered. And that's the model answer. You can stop the video and make sure that you write the same similar. Of course, you don't have to have the same, exactly the same answer. You can have, but you still need to cover the same ideas. Same words, nothing. There's a point here that is important. Words that end with ICAL are always adjectives, like, for example, symmetrical, biological. On your own, I want you to find other words in the selection or even from your own knowledge that end with ICAL. Words that end with ICL means having to do with. For example, symmetrical means having to do with symmetry. Biological means having to do with biology. Okay, or also can mean made of or characterized by. Okay, and here we come to the end of today's lesson. If you still have any questions, please post them on discussion forum, and please stop using WhatsApp. Keep it to the minimum. Make sure that you post all your questions on Schoology. So today I want you to post on discussion forum. First thing, you need to post that you are present, and then you post your marks for the questions. If you didn't do the questions, admit that I didn't do the questions, and I copied them from the video. Page 407 also, post on discussion forum that you did it or you didn't do it, and you copied from the PowerPoint. And also post the mark that you received for the online assignment. I wish you the best of luck. Stay safe and see you inshallah very soon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.